Hello, comrades! So this one's gonna be slightly different than my usual Let's Plays. What you're seeing in the background is me trying to fix the economic crisis I caused in my last Foundation video. But what this video is actually about is that I just wanted to take some time to review what this channel actually is and what I'm trying to do with it. So I love city builders and management games, but I've always found it kind of difficult to share the stuff that I've made with my friends or other players, and you can't just have your friends hop into the world to see what you've made. So I thought, hey, why not just make videos and then I can share them with my friends? And that's kind of how this whole idea started. Plus, I figured it would be a really cool thing to try and occasionally pull another friend into. But I've got the terrible habit of coming up with ideas and then getting very quickly distracted by some other thing, and then just having this massive stack of unfinished projects just lying around, looking at me like, you did this. So I decided, hey, let's make it a personal challenge. Let's try to make it some kind of project that I won't just abandon after a couple minutes. So, I decided to upload a video every weekday, Monday through Friday, for 3 months in a row, regardless of whether anyone even watches them. And then afterwards, see how I felt about the whole thing and whether I wanted to keep doing it further. Well, those 3 months have passed, so I guess it's time for a retrospective. Overall, it's going pretty much like I expected. I get a couple views per video, and since I'm not plugging or advertising them anywhere, most of my traffic comes from my friends or people accidentally finding my videos when searching for the game. My most viewed video is the Foundation one I did immediately after the winter update preview hit, which, if I'd known that, I'd probably have made a more snappy overview of all the features rather than just doing a normal Let's Play type video where I just faff about for a while. Coincidentally, that video is also my very first dislike, and I'm guessing it's someone who just wanted to see winter update info and not like a rambling queer disaster trying to brew some beer for 2 episodes straight. I loved making the Foundation videos in general, and having a sort of visual archive of the growth of your town is just a really cool concept to me. The Impero multiplayer with Udai is a really fun thing to do as well, but it's mostly because I just like playing games with Udai, not because I particularly like Impi Realm. Maybe in the future we should play some other more engaging games, but I do want to finish this series just because I don't like leaving stuff unfinished. The Age of Empires campaign videos were fun to make, but since there isn't much of a creative element to the game, and because I don't really play it in the most optimal, like, walkthrough type way, I just feel like I don't really add much to the conversation, as it were. Like, my videos don't exactly enrich the Age of Empires viewing library, if you know what I mean. Plus, I don't think I'll ever find myself building something in Age of Empires that I desperately want to share with my friends, like a building design in Foundation or a zoo in Planet Zoo. There were also some other videos I made, meant to be full playthrough series of various games, but I realized very early on that I was making those videos because I was already thinking in terms of like, oh, that could be a Let's Play series, rather than, oh, this is something that I'd like to share, so ultimately I just decided to ditch those ideas. Overall, it's been really fun making these videos, and I've learned a couple editing tricks. I finally had an excuse to spend tons of time playing Foundation, and since I did buy the deluxe version of Impirome, it's nice to have an excuse to play it. I still don't know what exactly I want to achieve with this channel. I mainly just like sharing the games I play and the things I make with other people, and it's kind of what I want to keep on doing. But I figure, hey, since I did a 3 month challenge to get here, let's do another one. I don't think I'm going to set a subscriber goal for myself, because I think that could very easily have the effect of skewing my priorities, and turning this from something fun to chasing some arbitrary number. Instead, I think I should focus more on personal goals. One thing that I noticed in my videos is that I speak a lot slower than I used to and a lot slower than I'd like. And that's kind of making the videos have a very like sedative effect. And I also make a lot of filler noises like ums and uhs. And those aren't just video problems, they're general speaking problems that I should work on. To work on something like that, you'd have to practice regularly, like every day. Maybe in the form of some kind of daily videos. So if I try to put a little bit more effort into it, I can make these videos a way to improve my speech, which would be really cool. I also think I should probably try to stick to shorter videos. I've seen the analytics, and let me tell you, ain't nobody watching those 40-minute ones. They're a pain to edit, they take up tons of space on my hard drive, they take ages to render, and for a week or two I actually spent more than 8 hours a day working on videos, which both isn't reflected in the final product and is counterintuitive to the idea of doing this as a fun hobby. I think around 20 minutes is probably a good cap to aim for, possibly even 10, although I guess that could depend on the game. I do want to get into some other games. I have this horrible habit of impulsively buying early access titles, especially city builders and management games, and then only playing them for 10 minutes, or just never playing them at all. So this could be a nice excuse to revisit them, or in some cases, just visit them. And lastly, I do want to start getting some comments. Not just for comments' sake, but I just like the idea of sharing stuff with people and knowing that I'm not just screaming into the void of the internet, but actually engaging with real life human beings is something that I think would be really cool. I don't really know how I'm going to go about this, and this is basically the only one that's out of my direct control, so hopefully I'll come up with something. I have to say, I did get the YouTube bug a little bit, like just a little bit. What surprised me is that I actually did get some subscribers that I don't know, which I was really stoked to see. I don't know if that's actually human beings or just bots that randomly sub to people for some or other reason, but it did make me feel all warm and fuzzy and validated inside when I saw those subscription notifications. So yeah, that's my retrospective plus plans for the future video. I'm really happy that I managed to stick with this because the percentage of projects that I've started and then actually followed through for longer than a couple weeks is probably less than 5%. I know I've set the bar very low for myself, but I'm kind of impressed that I didn't just give up after the first couple times my PC crashed while editing. I've also actually been thinking of doing like some world building and D&D related videos for a while now, way before I started this channel. Making these videos made me a little bit less scared of that, so I might end up doing that as well, but that'll probably be on a different channel if it happens. I don't know, I like doing these videos because there's no goal or expectation other than what I set for myself, rather than trying to put something out there for people to judge. If someone doesn't like these Let's Plays, I can just say, that's fine. I'm doing this for me, and for fun. I don't need your validation. I don't need you. But if I'm actually creating videos that are clearly aimed at sharing to a wider audience, rejection starts to feel a little bit scarier. So I might just stick with this for now. But until that day comes, at least we've got some new goals for this channel. Hopefully they're not too ambitious, and if I don't succeed in the comment thing, at least I'll have improved my speech somewhat. Either way, it's a win! Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks for listening, and I guess I'll be doing another one of these in 3 months. Bye!